Yo, microphone check 1, 2. What is this? The 5-foot assassin with the roughneck business. Float like gravity. Never have a cavity. Got more rhymes than the Winans got family. I could go on and on, Phife. I can go on and on, bro. It's a pleasure to have you, man. The one and only Phife Dawg with Tribe Called Quest joining the show. How you doing, man?
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, man. I'm happy to be here.
In their prime, who would you rather have, Kobe or LeBron?
Ooh, that's not a fair question.
Right?
Which is why we asked you.
You know, I'm biased to everything Kobe, to be honest, but, you know, looking at what LeBron did, bringing the Cavaliers to the title, get to the NBA Finals back in '07 with Boobie Gibson and Varejao and Ilgauskas and that squad, amazing. Me, personally, I'm all Kobe. I'm Mamba all day.
All right, thanks,
Appreciate it, Phife. Thank you, man. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. I did, for sure. One love, y'all.
Feels like it's not fair that he's going at 45, but God called him home, wanted him to flow up in heaven.
Right.
Rest in peace to the legendary Phife Dawg. I don't know about you, but I've been rocking out to Tribe all day.
Yeah.
Lower in Theory, Midnight Marauders, People's Instinctive Travels, that's been the soundtrack. And it should still be in your heavy rotation,
Definitely.
even in 2016.
Yeah, it should. And it was so sad to wake up to this news because I was supposed to actually do a podcast with him a few weeks ago. Like once a year, we the Super Bowl podcast that the Shadow League does, and he was supposed to join, and I don't think he can make it for some other reason. And I think for people who didn't know, like he's an enormous sports fan. As much as he loved hip hop, I think it's possible he may have loved sports
Listen to
either
his
just
lyrics.
as much or more.
Listen to his lyrics.
Oh yeah, he always would
Nobody
drop.
made more timely or clever sports references. Always want to diss, but it never beats a scramble. I'm Jordan with the mic.
Yeah.
Want to gamble?
Right.
I mean, he always had some sports reference in all of his music. It's funny, you were supposed to do a podcast with him. I'm so glad we had that moment with him on the show because as I talked about this morning, you know, we get to be true fans when it comes to actors and musicians as opposed to athletes who we're supposed to keep somewhat of a distance to as journalists, right? Just to be able to thank him in person. I actually got a chance to meet both him and Q-Tip. I wouldn't say I met Q-Tip. Super Bowl party, Q-Tip was DJing our ESPN party.
That.
And he pointed at me, and he made it thought I was somebody else.
Right.
But I was like, yeah, Q-Tip knows who I am.
Yeah.
But to be able to tell Phife while I still could, hey man, thank you for your art. Thank you for being the soundtrack, you know, to my teenage years. One of the first CDs I ever owned was People's Instinctive Travels. So to be able to tell him that in person, to show him how much I appreciate it, I'm glad we had that moment. And it just so happens, you mentioned the podcast y'all didn't do. He reached out to me recently, I don't know if he did to you as well, about coming on the show, but we were dark that day. We didn't have a show when he was in the tri-state area to be able to do it. So he wanted to come on and talk more sports with us. And I still got DMs in my phone, him saying, hey, just text me at this number. So when I saw the news this morning, I immediately looked at the DMs and I'm like, man, I wish I could, you know, could have made it happen one more time.
Yeah, gone too soon certainly is appropriate. And just I was texting with Michael Rappaport about it this morning too. And obviously
he did the documentary.
He did the documentary on the Tribe Called Quest, and he, like a lot of people, devastated, terribly sad about the news. And just texting with him, I just thought about that documentary in particular because for those who haven't seen it, there was a sadness to it because of how like the relationship between all the members, it never quite got back on track. It had kind of lately, but and for fans who may not know this, they actually owed the record company one more album. And so it was kind of like, you know, they were a group that for all hip hop fans, they certainly, you know, they were one of the greatest rap groups in history for sure.
Question.
But I just still remember just like where I was when Midnight Marauders dropped. You know, Electric Relaxation still remains one of my favorite songs, and he was such a great rapper, tremendous person, and I'm just proud to have known him. And like you said, it's always a joy for us to find out people like that, people we grew up listening to, are fans of ours, and it just blows your mind when you find that stuff out.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite Tribe song? What's your favorite Phife verse?
Okay,
It's
see,
hard
my
to pick
favorite Phife verse, I can't really say on TV.
Oh.
The furniture
The
line.
Siemens Furniture? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I can't really
That's a
put it-
brand name. Siemens Furniture's a brand
It
name.
is. But we know the context of that one. But even within that song, what is it? You got BBD all over your bedroom wall.
But I'm above the rim, and
this is how I ball. Right.
Pretty little something off of New York Street. This is how I represent over this here beat.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
We can do this,
I think Electric Relaxation is probably between that. I don't know. Can I kick it? It's just it's tough. It's really, really tough.
I mean, if you walk up to somebody and you say you're on point tip and they don't reply with all the time Phife, they can't be friends with you.
Exactly.
Like I can't be cool with you if you don't. That's a call and response. You're supposed to know to say that.
See, even better Tribe debate, Low End Theory or Midnight Marauders. See, I can't.
That's the hip hop version of Off the Wall or Thriller.
Right. I was like, I can't. No,
I got a Midnight Marauders t-shirt on under here.
Actually, it's not the hip hop version of that because, see, with Off the Wall and Thriller, it's only one right answer.
True that.
Okay,
True
with
that.
this,
that's a good
it's an
good
actual
call.
debate.
Good call.
Yeah.
I would go with Low End Theory. I would pick Low End Theory.
I go back and forth.
Because, I mean, Scenario, he led off Scenario.
I know, I can't.
You mentioned Check the Rhyme,
What?
Butter, Bugging Out.
I know.
You know, lyrics to go on Electric Relaxation. We were just playing that before the show started. But, I mean, he was so brilliant. And, you know, you hate it that this happens when somebody passes away, but go back and listen to him and how brilliant he was and how ahead of his time he was. So it's just a sad day.
Yeah.
This really is a sad day. But you know, let's enjoy his music. We got to tell him we loved him.
He'll live forever through that. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
He watched the show all the time.
Right.
And if he were watching, he'd say, "Get to the basketball."
Yes, and
That's
we
what he'd
will.
tell us.